Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video with Firelong, where today we are going to be playing some more of the Alchemist code. Today, like I said in the last video, we're going to be playing the Chapter 2, I guess you could say, Chapter 2, continuing of the Magni Historia story. That sounded like, I don't know what that's called. But anyways, the story is called Deliverance. And we're going to be playing all the missions. There is 10 missions once again, and there's an EX, which I shall also be playing. Let's get into this. Soren, which was like the speaker of the last chapter, is kind of like, I don't know if the main protagonist, but basically a protagonist as well. Also, this is Cheyenne, the new global exclusive character, who I'm not sure is a male or female, and it's kind of triggering me. Here's some dialogue. It was a pretty freaking short dialogue. Don't worry, they get a little longer. Anyways, about what I just said, it's about this new character that's coming up right here for the turn, Cheyenne. And apparently, for some reason, there's some weird stuff going on with Cheyenne. Also, by the way, with Siegfried's basically just like, hey, why do they want the speaker? And then he kills some wolves. That's basically it. But Cheyenne is weird, because if you go into the map to see her, like, character bio, it says that the character's male, and it's really, really weird. And in the character description, it doesn't specify if it's a male or female. But in the story, it's made out that it's a female. So I don't know. It's so weird. Like, I'm not even gonna try and talk. I'm gonna try not to talk about it anymore. But it's just freaking weird. It makes me feel uncomfortable that this might be a male. Like, no, please, Gumi, just don't do this, okay? Please. This character might be a trap, and I don't appreciate it. I don't think many people would appreciate it, to be honest. I mean, this is some waifu material here. Come on, Gumi, you can't do this to us. Oh god, let's not talk about that. But anyways, pretty cool skill. It's a mediocre character. Not mediocre, pretty good, but nothing super special. But anyway, she has, I'm just gonna call her she, because it looks like a female, alright? Although, see, that's the trap. Oh god. But anyways, she has a lot of these area attacks that just slash around her. And, I'm gonna show one off. Just, little character showcase before this. I mean, I think I'm just trying to find the right one, because she has so many abilities. I'm like, what the heck? What does what? Here we go. Here's one of them. Just whack. This destroys a bunch of peeps, and yeah. That's it for this. Let's just leave this topic alone, and let's move on to the next piece of dialogue. Alright, so Siegfried runs into Amos on his way towards, I guess, like the top of a mountain or top of a hill or something. I'm not quite sure. Where this ceremony is supposed to be taking place. And apparently people have gotten hurt. Amos was like, hey, you gotta go up here and help. And then he mentioned something about the ceremony, how they need to, like, give their blood or something for the divine protector to protect them year after year, or like protect the village year after year. And Siegfried's like, the hell is happening here? And like he has a little idea forming in his little mind brain of his about what might be really going on. It's not really, might just be like a holy protector or anything. And yeah, basically what happens, once again, the missions aren't really that difficult. I mean, obviously they can't really be just continuing going up in difficulty from like the last missions. That would just be ridiculous. Alright, so Siegfried is reassured that no one is hurt, seriously. I don't really know what happened. I don't really think that we know what happened yet. It might have been revealed that it's raiders, because it is raiders, or like bandits or whatever. I don't really know, but I mean, that's what it is. Sorry if I spoiled the next piece of dialogue for you. But yeah, and Soren introduces himself. He is the speaker for the village, even though he's only a child. Just alchemy comes with age, which is what Siegfried has realized. He realizes that it's not actually like a secret and mythical power like the villagers make it out to be. They don't know about alchemy, the secret power of the world and all. But apparently it's like comes from blood, and Soren's blood is like filled with a lot of alchemy for some reason. And because of that, he's able to call upon this demon, and with the help of everyone else, of course. I mean, like, everyone's supposed to have, like, alchemy in their blood, at least a little bit, I think, anyway. But, they can't all use it. I don't really know. Oh, yeah, I'm showing off Siegfried's master ability here. Because, this wasn't the account that had Siegfried, but I did use my, my friend on this account that, is my account that has Siegfried. And, I did get his master ability from this event. I got his weapon and his master ability, which I'll show right now. It's called Devastating Finish. 5-hit, light slash damage, ignores defense on target unit, raises own physical attack and agility for 3 turns. And it also has a very long range, because he likes to hit stuff with swords from, like, meters away, because it makes so much sense. It honestly doesn't do that much damage. Yeah, as you can see, his strongest move still does more damage than it, but I think it's mostly for the buffs. Well, one, it ignores defense. Well, here's an animation, but it looks pretty dope, honestly. I think he hit more than 4 times in that little animation, but, you know, Gumi, you do your thing. But yeah, it ignores defense, which is good, and then it buffs his physical attack and agility for the next couple of turns, so it's still pretty good master ability. Anyways, more dialogue. Anyways, that was Shion's first appearance, and I refuse to believe that's a man. Like, I just don't know, man. It's so weird. But anyways, Shion is in cahoots with these people, and we shall learn why later on, or possibly why. I don't even know if it's actually the actual story of who she is. Who knows? But yeah, we'll see. Anyways, yeah. So she's revealed, and she's in cahoots with these raiders who are, I think their goal is to get Soren And well, obviously she doesn't approve of what the raiders are like. They're doing it inefficiently because they're just going in and smacking a bunch of villagers, pretty much. And then they start the attack, I believe, and Siegfried does some stuff, man. I mean, hold on, I need to go rewatch that section. Nope, nothing unprofessional here, nothing to see. No, but anyways, Siegfried doesn't do anything. Amos is just like, he gets all heroic. He's like, the Protector's protected us for so long, we must protect him now. It's an established male, by the way, apparently. Anyways, yeah, that's that. Don't mind me, going back and rewatching the story. This is what voiceovers are for, so I don't have to narrate and like recap afterwards and not remember stuff. Okay, so anyways, Siegfried actually puts up a fight, and like the raiders are like, "What the heck? What is this? Get your butt out of here, man! These villagers aren't supposed to put up fights. You're not a villager." Like they can tell automatically. It's because of his flashy white hat and all that. Obviously not a villager. Yeah. And then someone comes up behind him and attempts to stab him, and Siegfried doesn't even notice apparently. Although I would think like it sounds like they're in like a big old open cavern. I mean, storytelling, whatever. It's fantasy. They can do whatever they want. And Amos takes the hit, and then Soren gets all pissed off, and he calls out this big old demon. It's supposed to be a protector, but I mean, they're just reusing sprites of evil demons from earlier stories. So, whatever. But yeah, and that's that. He's now called the demon to fight for them, and it's pretty dank. I expected the demon to be fighting for us in this scene, which would have been really cool, but that's not what happened. Gumi's not that cool yet, apparently. Even though it's like, fight for us, and then we get into a fight, but like, we don't have a demon fighting with us. Like what is happening here, man? Yeah, that's about it. Not much else to say. Let's just finish up this little gameplay and go on to the next piece of dialogue. Man, I'm getting tired of saying dialogue, to be honest. I don't know. I need to come up with some other word. Is there another word besides dialogue? I've no clue. Let's just get into the next piece. Before that, I got all the shards for Soren, so here he is, free, just straight up 5-star, so that's pretty nice. He only has one job right now. I think that he is gonna get others, I think. Obviously, I'm just pressing units here because I'm a doofus, and I don't realize I'm already in the unit section. I can just press the X. Anyways, this is Soren. He's interesting. I don't think he's top tier, but he seems pretty good. He has some just non-elemental magic attacks. He has some buffs for himself and allies. He has a passive that increases his physical defense, I think? Physical defense, and he has one that increases his magic attacks, so attack buff, defense buff, pretty decent. Yeah, so he has a bunch of non-elemental magic attacks, which means that they won't really have as much damage as they could if they were the same element as he is, which is water. No free water mage if you want that, and help you defeat just beat inherited cause, or I don't know, whatever else you might need a water unit for. But yeah, that's basically Soren. You actually do need him for one of the missions on here. It's a restricted mission, so you can only use Soren on him. Here's me going into the shop. This is off topic. Back to the yeah. right, so the boss dude is they're like facing down the demon, and that Soren is summoned, and the boss is like, "Don't be pathetic, you weaklings, go fight him." The boss is probably just like sitting in the back, like drinking a beer, like, "Hey, go fight." They're like, "We don't want to fight. It's a giant demon." And the boss is like, "Fight, or else you're not getting paid." The guys are like, "Fine." And then the demon starts like kind of rampaging, and Soren says that the awakening was incomplete, whatever that means. You would think it just means that it's malfunctioning. And also, oh boy, look at this. We actually have the demon on our team now. Wait, he disappeared. Come back, demon. That's kind of cool that we have a demon on our side for once. And it was just basically a free mission since, like, most of the enemies just went to go attack the demon anyway. So, like, they didn't even really attack my units much, and the demon barely took any damage at all. I suppose that's supposed to be the point, that he's supposed to be unbeatable. You're not supposed to be able to kill him. But yeah. That's basically what happens in the story. Demon's going crazy, and Siegfried realizes why, which he'll explain probably in the next little dialogue piece, which we should just get into right now. Fast forward over there, and yeah, I'll see you on the other side. Alright, so Soren's confused about what's going on, and Siegfried says something about alchemia particles, and Soren's like, "The heck? What are those?" Dead memes. But anyways, yeah, which is like the thing, and like I don't really know, but like apparently there wasn't like enough alchemia energy or something when Soren tried to summon the Guardians, so he wasn't able to completely summon it. Yeah, and then the boss man's like, "Kill this guy." And then I guess like a sword just came flying out of the air or something and cut down like cut down one of his people, or just I don't freaking know, like just warded him off. And for some reason, even though it's right in front of their faces, Siegfried's like, "Just wow, this blade work." Like he hasn't even seen the person yet. He just sees the sword. Spoiler alert: it's Cheyenne. Yeah, it's Cheyenne come to save the day, because she wants the child alive, and the boss man's kind of just going all nuts and trying to kill him. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. I don't know what to talk about, so let's talk about Jin. Jin's pretty dank. Pretty good character. Also, it's kind of a weak conversation right there, I must say. No, but Jin's pretty cool. I don't know why I thought about talking about him, just because of his counter passive he just used. Cool counter passive, you know. You hit the enemy, deal some damage, you gain some health back, and you give them stop, which is really nice. Too bad it's not a 100% activation rate, or else it would be pretty dope. Next dialogue piece, let's go. Or next two dialogue pieces, I guess, because this one's an after mission dialogue piece. Alrighty, so in that first bit, Shion, like, kind of meets with the guy, and the guy's like, what the heck are you doing? He's mad that she's, like, interfering with their plans, and, yeah, and then he threatens her. He's like, you'll get what you want at the end of the day. And then Shion just brushes him off. She basically says, you're no big deal. So, yeah, the guy takes no notice, because he's just one of those guys that just does what he wants, and then, you know, he gets some payback at the end of the story. That totally not a spoiler. Anyways, the second little section there was Siegfried telling Soren what alchemia is, the alchemia particles, and he tells him that it's unstable, even though apparently this village has never had problems with it. There's Noctis hitting Arne and poisoning her, like always. And yeah. And then Shion comes back and talks to Siegfried, and seems kind of like a two-faced snake at this point, because she's in cahoots with both sides now. Yeah, that's basically what happens. And Siegfried compliments her, and apparently Shion's not worthy of it, because she's like, oh, don't compliment me until the battle's over. And to me, that just says, hey, I'm not who you think I am. I'm actually with the enemy. I'm planning to kill you at some point. More dialogue. Alright, I gotta say, those boss dudes looking pretty scary. It's just the same guy that we've defeated, like, what, like 6 times already? And he's back again. He's just revived from the dead. The guy with the mace in the back. Anyways, yeah, Siegfried, Shion, and Soren talk, and they're like, you know, we gotta lure the demon to, I guess, like, the deepest part of the chamber and, like, trap it there. To, like, just permanently shut it down, because, even though it is the protector of the village, it's not worth trying to keep it alive, and lose people to it. More people, maybe. I don't really know. That's kind of what it sounded like, but I don't really think anyone actually died yet. I'm not sure. And then Siegfried's like, make sure it doesn't hurt any of the bandits, kind of thing, because Siegfried's just a nice guy, and Shion is kind of showing how she works. She's like that ruthless type of woman who's like, what? They did bad things. They deserve to die. Siegfried doesn't agree, though. He's like, you know, no one deserves to get crushed to death by a giant rock monster. I don't really know if I'd agree with that or not. It just depends on the measure of badness of the people. Yeah, that's what happened. I'm starting to stutter a lot again. You know, stuttering doesn't really make for the best commentation, I must say. At least I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter, but to me, I'm just kind of self-conscious about it. I don't know, dude. It's just I stutter a lot, and I don't know if it impacts my commentary at all. It kind of annoys me though, because I notice it every time I do it. I don't know. If anyone wants to leave feedback on that, feel free to do it. Gilgamesh just not being as OP as he used to be, actually. I prefer Arne, to be honest. Does more damage. Same area of attack. Faster. I don't know. I like Arne better. Personal opinion. Anyways, more dialogue. Let's go. All right. The boss Garrow, I think his name was. Sean basically goes and meets him while Siegfried and Soren are doing this thing. This is the mission, by the way, that you need to have only Soren. It's a restriction, but it's kind of easy since you get Siegfried, and you can take a mercenary Soren if you need to. But yeah. So, yeah, and basically, Garrow's like, oh my god, why, if it weren't for you, this would have been fine, and then she kills him. Simple as that. And then, Soren and Siegfried are working together to kill this demon, and honestly, that's basically about it that happens there. Soren's like, hey, can I ask you a favor? Can you help me with this demon? Siegfried's like, yeah, tell me what to do, boy. That sounded wrong. Really wrong. But yeah, well, let's ignore that, and basically, this is kind of just like the climax of the story. The raiders have been driven away, the leader was killed, and the demon has now been defeated by Siegfried and Soren working together. Wow. Here's a little last bit of dialogue for you guys. I believe this is the last piece. And yeah, then story's over, at least for now. I think it's probably over. Alright, so, yeah, Cheyenne, comes back, says, basically just says goodbye to Siegfried. Siegfried's like, boy, we thought we lost you. And Cheyenne's like, oh, heck no. Because, Cheyenne can't die. Cheyenne's all-powerful. And, yeah, that's basically the end of the story. And, now, apparently, the village is like, you know what, we don't need a speaker anymore, because we don't have a demon to protect us. We're gonna have to cope with how like the rest of the world does stuff. And the village elder says, Soren, you need to get out of here and go experience the world. And yeah, Siegfried is now a dad, or I don't know, something like it, because now Soren's traveling with Siegfried. Anyways, this is the EX, Deliverance EX. This is the team I used to complete it. Arnea and Noctis did most of the work, so those are two that can be very helpful if you need them. Mayfang and Jin are just kind of there, because I don't really have too many other really good units. I was going to go with Setsuna, but then I'm like, well, it's only 65, and I could use Lucian anyway. Earth units are good in this mission, because there are some fire units, but two of like the bigger enemies in this EX are lightning type or thunder type or whatever. And yeah, so I'm just bringing Lucian for, Holy Brawler power, and let's speed this up. I sent Jin down the left side because I didn't want him to send him in the middle because he's kind of squishy. Yeah, he's generally fine over there. He has some elemental coverage with his seals or whatever they're called. And yeah, so he just kind of chipped them down over here. Arnea, Noctis, and Lucian took out the middle. Arnea hit these three, or those three, I don't know. Some three she hit. Or maybe I just powered her up and waited. I don't know. Just depends. But yeah, that's basically what you want to do. You can take out a lot of them quickly, pretty easily with Arnea. I think a better sub might actually be Gilgamesh instead of Lucian, because, well, Lucian's really good. There's just a ton of enemies. And Arnea plus Gilgamesh can just take out an entire side, along with like a little hit from Noctis. It'll take out the demon, one of the dark armor things, and one of the electric dragons. Noctis is just sitting behind there to pound out some damage, and in the end heal Arnea a little bit, actually, when they're both low, which might have saved this this run. I don't know. And yeah, Mei Feng down the right, because I don't know, Mei Feng isn't really for fighting tons of enemies. She's not that good, especially at the moment. I don't have her job 3 or anything. But yeah, that's basically my little tips for this EX. And that's all that I got for you guys today, to be honest. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the story of Deliverance. Probably, I assume that we're going to see Xion again, actually, because I assume that she's going to get her own weapon or item. So, they're presumably going to make another global mission for that in the future. But yeah, for now, that's it for Magni Historia. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, remember to smack that like button down below and subscribe. I shall run the rest of this EX. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I shall see you all in the next video. Fire Along, out.
従え。
見下してると痛い目見るわよ。船長は海へ戻らなきゃいけないのに。
さあ始めよう。飛車のここにかけ。